What's going on, guys? Long time no see. Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a day where we watch things. Shocking. It's like we don't do that here on this channel. So, we're going to be watching something Melty Blood related. Usually, I watch other things, including VTubers and anything that really catches my eye. But sometimes we watch things related to fighting games. We watched, of course, Stumblebee's character select screen video. We watched the fighting game video made by Cosmonaut Variety Hour. We actually mentioned Trash Taste as well and the difficulties of getting into a fighting game. We watched a bunch of stuff with fighting games as well. But today I want to look at a video that just recently got released, and it is a Melty Blood hidden gem type of video made by Axon. Axon, I don't necessarily remember how to pronounce their name, but it's a YouTube channel that made a really well documented video about kind of like how Melty Blood kind of came to fruition. So I haven't seen any of it, but a lot of people have been contacting me, of course, to see it and react to it. So I would like to take a look at the history or the hidden gem that is Melty Blood. We're about, what, 2 days away? Actually, like 1 day away, really, if you are getting a specific version of Type Lumina. But we're almost there with Type Lumina. So by the time you're watching this video, who knows? We might even actually have the game by now. But I do want to take a look at this and react to it and give my thoughts. And yeah, so without further ado, let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, and I got my scene ready and good to go. I just don't have any water. I just have this Gatorade. Don't know why, but, you know, it's better than nothing. Gotta stay hydrated, you know what I mean? If you haven't seen this video, I'll link everything and I'll give all the different information for this channel. And I'm glad that something like this exists now for people to watch. Because there's some people that haven't been in the Melty Blood scene for a long time, like myself, that are interested in the story of how it kind of came, the game kind of came up in esports fashion or community fashion. So, all right. Let's watch this.
Community. Gaming scenes are built by their communities.
Correct.
People who are so invested in whatever game they're playing that they'll do nearly anything to share their passion and keep the fire burning.
Oh, is that World of Warcraft, actually? That's a really cool cosplay, actually.
Fighting game players are kind of crazy in that way. People
Super
will
Turbo.
keep playing it, tending to it.
Can't believe people
Grinding
actually played
and
Super Turbo with a
in the
freaking
hopes that one
Nintendo,
day,
a
their
SNES
favorite title
controller.
will be on the main stage of some far-off top-tier major. Today, we're going to talk about a game just like that. A 2D anime fighter made by an indie developer that built such a strong following that their game eventually made its way to the top level of competition and beyond. This is Melty Blood.
The blood of Melty, aka Meaty Blood. Love it.
So, back in 2001, there was this indie game called Tsukihime, and that was basically a visual novel.
Man, every time I see Aoko, I just want her to come back. You know what I mean? I want her to come back. Come back, Aoko, please. French bread.
Actually go to Comiket, which is like a convention.
BD
where,
Tetra.
A lot of fans and people make their own games or make their own books, and they sell it there.
Shield spammer by
Basically, that's
day,
my
shit
first
poster by
introduction
night.
to Tsukihime. And
Lovely.
Melty Blood is
Lovely.
actually a spin-off
Nice.
of that, made by a separate company. So it's basically a fan-made game based on a fan project.
That developer is French Bread, first known for their fan project, The Queen of Heart, which was based on the visual novel Two Heart. Although it doesn't have the polish that most of us are used to seeing today, it sold more than 100,000 copies in Japan. With a string of sequels and successes on the board, in 2002...
Wait, the Queen of Heart? So like the King of Fighters? So is this like a homage to like King of Fighters? The Queen of Heart? The Queen of Heart, that looks like a King of Fighters spinoff.
In 2002, French Bread was commissioned by Type Moon to create a fighting game for their visual novel, Tsukihime.
Yeah.
Tsukihime did not have any real action to speak of, as the visual novel was not fully animated. The team at Watanabe Seisakujo, who would later rename to French Bread, had to imagine character movesets and animations with virtually no reference point. Despite this, the team was able to create an aesthetic that remained true to the original visual novel, while bringing to life all the characters that, until now, had been nothing but still images.
That's what's impressive about this. Sometimes you don't have any reference to be able to make a fighting game move list. I can't believe how hard that would be. I don't even know. I feel the same way with Dengeki Bunko. Dengeki Bunko is just filled with characters with like from light novels and other animes that don't really have any fighting or styles or anything like that, except for like select few, like Sword Art Online and Irregular at the Magic School or whatever it's called. But I think it's really impressive to see what they can do with just movie, like still pictures and text. You know what I mean? Even like if someone made a Hololive fighting game, how the hell would you even do anything with that? There's really no reference other than just funny references for other things, maybe idle animations and such. But as an actual moveset, I don't even know, dude.
The game was an instant success and soon had a cult following in Japan. So, what exactly makes Melty Blood so damn good?
Yeah, dude.
Fast-paced game.
Hey, Scrub Vermillion. Super good player.
Lots of movement, strong offense.
It's quite similar.
Also, Scrub Vermillion's a really good Weiss player too. I drew a lot of inspiration from Weiss, from playing Weiss from him. Pretty cool.
To Guilty Gear at the start, but eventually evolved into something much more special. It's known for its extreme versatility in movement and very oppressive corner.
What a combo that was.
Game
Holy crap.
with a lot of air movement. That's probably its defining trait.
A lot of people like to say that it's
There's
like
a lot of
air
players or
because pretty much
people
most of the
involved
critical battles,
in this
they
this video, huh?
happen in the air.
Shinobi.
Because air counter hits are very big in Melty Blood.
It's a game where player expression can shine, and player matchup matters a lot. A lot more than character matchup in some cases. Those are the selling points of Melty Blood for me.
Amen. Seriously, a game where you can express yourself, you can see multiple different players playing the same character and be completely different. That's like Melty Blood in a nutshell. Well, that's a lot of games, but Melty Blood in particular because you got the moon system, and the game is so freeing and liberating when it comes to how you play them. It's kind of cool.
On top of all this, characters can choose from full, half, and crescent moon styles, which affect the way their movesets work, effectively tripling the number of playable characters. The game's also unique because
like
at the start of
MKX.
a match, players are
Three
free
variations.
to move around and situate themselves in the most advantageous position possible. And once the game gets going, it gets going fast.
Yeah, it's a fast-paced game, dude. That's why I love it. It's so fast-paced. I love it.
Back in 2002, Melty Blood's community was in an awkward place. The game's aesthetic, coupled with the initial popularity of the visual novel, made it popular among fighting game enthusiasts, but as a competitive title, it was very unbalanced.
Oh, is that the
with
original?
infinites and broken characters. However,
Oh, I didn't
the
know
first
this.
iteration of Melty Blood laid solid groundwork for success down the road. In 2004, an expansion was released, Melty Blood React. This updated
Wait,
version of the
react? Like what we're doing now? Reacting? That's meta, bro. That's meta. And I'm cringe.
It removed the stamina system that limited your mobility and added
There was a
few new
stamina system?
characters. A true sequel would be released 1 year later. In 2005, Melty Blood Act Credenza was released. And with it came
Credenza.
something rare among indie titles. It was released in arcades. For an indie game made by a relatively small developer at the time, being ported to an arcade cabinet
That's
was
interesting.
almost unheard of. Having the legitimacy of being playable in arcades meant that Melty Blood would attract the attention of fighting game players who otherwise might
Yeah.
not have given the game a shot.
That's
and
so cool.
competitive tournaments began cropping up.
See, that's awesome because usually it's the reverse, obviously. You know, you first start off in arcades and then they get ported over in console. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, there's already an existing competitive community because it's been in arcades. But this was like the opposite. I didn't know that, actually. It started off in consoles, and then it got... Well, not consoles, but it started off on PC, I think. Let the competitive community flourish there, and then it got released probably in console later on, which they'll probably go into. But yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, the tournaments basically all happen on the arcade version. A lot of players from other different games, like mainly Guilty Gear players, flock to the tournament. Notable players like Kubo, Shonen,
Ooh.
Inose.
Yo,
and
Kubo?
even, like, new up-and-coming players like Goichi. actually started in the
Goichi-san!
2000s.
Yo, Goichi's a freaking monster at Melty Blood. A lot of people know Goichi probably from most... Notably, Dragon Ball Fighters. He's the world champion in Dragon Ball Fighters. Won Evo and won the Dragon Ball Tour. Before all that, he was like a Melty Blood god. Same thing with Dengeki Bunko. Dengeki Bunko god. I remember back in the day when Dragon Ball Fighters first came out, he was doing really well. And Sonic Fox and Goichi formed that rivalry. And people were starting to give out the Sonic Fox resume. You know, Mortal Kombat, Skullgirls, Dead or Alive. But then... What they didn't expect was Goichi's resume. It's like Dengeki, freaking Under Night, freaking Melty Blood, just a whole bunch of different games, dude. Goichi also has a ginormous roster or resume of fighting games that he's super good at.
Towards the end of 2005, Sega announced that they were sponsoring an official tournament for the game. And in 2006, Melty Blood was included on the main stage of Togeki Super Battle Opera.
SBO? Is
SBO?
kind of like Evo. So only the really best players can actually even be in the SBO tournament. And it's actually a huge deal for Japanese fighting game players to actually have the ticket to go to the SBO main stage.
So Super Battle Opera, I remember that. Watching that back in the day when I was first coming up in the FGC. But I always watched footage of it. I would never participate in Super Battle Opera personally. Not that I can, because I'm not that great at the games, but like Super Battle Opera, from my understanding, was like a first to one team tourney or something like that, and they were all played on cabinet. And usually the cabinets, here's the thing with the cabinets compared to like consoles and stuff, at least at this time that didn't really matter, but now it matters because the cabinets have delay compared to consoles, and that makes a difference. So yeah, some tournaments in Japan still use cabinets, but usually people use consoles now. Yeah, SBO was like a huge deal. It was like the Japanese Evo. It was a big deal. It was super hype, but I would hate to participate in these tournaments, dude. First to one, I don't think so. Ooh, he's getting hype.
In 2006, Melty Blood was released on the PS2, which made it easily playable in North America, but where things really started to kick off was in 2007, when Melty Blood Act Credenza B2 was released.
That was when the most possible eyes and hands got
Shinobi.
a grasp of the game. It was PS2 Act Credenza, and tournaments for
shout out to
anime games
Shinobi,
were
dude.
starting to, become
Climax
a
of the
little
Night
bit
is a
more prevalent.
fabulous
Along
tournament.
with the console version of the game, also came out with a PC port. Later that same year, MB Caster, an emulator and unofficial netplay tool, was
Caster!
released, making it possible for players to grind online against other people.
That was when things started getting national wide. Those two combined pretty much was just the start of the evolution of the scene.
With so much speed,
Caster.
depth, and freedom of expression, the game was popular enough in North America that it was included at Evo 2007 as a side event. Other than major events like Evo, Melty Blood existed in smaller regional tournaments, like West Coast in California and Battle by the Gazebo in New York.
Oh my god, we saw this recently. We saw Giuna's video about Battle by the Gazebo recently. Dude, that's so sick, dude. That's awesome.
It was in
cool.
2010 that Melty Blood really made a splash in North America, when it was featured at the Evolution Fighting Series that year. Evo put out a poll to see which games fans wanted to see present on Championship Sunday.
Oh,
With
really?
games like MVC2, CVS, and Third Strike on the list, no one really expected a comparatively unknown anime title.
Wait, did Melty Blood win?
After everyone went into 2008 to play Melty Blood, that was like the final hurrah. Like, yay, that was the last thing. And we kind of just was whatever.
And this is what American Melty is reduced to, battle by the hallway.
And then they announced Melty Blood Actress again. And that kind of set a fire to like interest.
Oh, that's Actress again. Okay.
Through community efforts and votes being split between 3 other Capcom.
Wait a minute.
Whatever. The final hurrah.
Huh. Well, ain't that something? You're in this, Numaki. What the hell?
After everyone went into 2008 to play Melty Blood, that was like the final hurrah. Like, yay, that was the...
Wait a minute. OGNA Melty, he's sweet god, turned casual, record keeper and connoisseur of maid sports. That plaque's gotta be huge. I hope somebody prints that out for you, and it's just like...
That was the last
maid
thing.
sports.
Kind of just was whatever.
And this is what American Melty is reduced to.
That's
battle
cool,
by the
dude. That's
hallway.
cool.
And then they announced
That's awesome.
Melty Blood Actress again. And that kind of set a fire to like the interest of that game.
Through community efforts and votes being split between 3 other Capcom games, Melty Blood Actress again managed to beat out the competition and land a spot at the most prestigious tournament of the year.
So, Secret Melty room, all the way in the Augustus Tower. What's good?
God, dude, that takes me back.
Definitely.
I remember when at Evo, we had a room filled with Japanese BlazBlue players at Evolution 2017. Yeah, 17. And it was just like that, just freaking full, playing games everywhere, dude. It was awesome.
One of those milestone moments, I would say. I was really trying to win, and I think it shows. There's this one video of me versus like a NAS who used Ryogi, and I never fought this character before. And this was the match to get to the top 8, and I won. I stood up there with all the top 8 players. They handed me the medals. I would literally say that was one of the more life-defining moments in my life.
Wait,
and
what? Whoa!
I still hold the medal to this day.
You do? You got the medal? Let's go!
We're really glad you guys put on such a great show for us. All right, one more hand.
Yo, PogChamp! Was that? Wait a minute. Was that LK? Look at young LK. Is that LK? That looks like LK to me. I like my medal. You should.
Melty Blood had existed as a small scene, but with so many eyes on Melty Blood after Evo, the scene began flourishing. Soon after Evo,
young
a
LK.
new version of Melty Blood was released. Actress Again Current Code.
Current Code!
The game brought in new characters and balance updates, and version 1.07, the version most commonly played on today, was not easily available in North America. In fact, it wasn't really available at all. In order to get your hands on a copy, you had to spend around $500 importing a DVD of an anime called Carnival Phantasm.
What? Wait, what?
$100 importing a DVD of an anime called Carnival Phantasm.
What? You know what's really funny? We did a watch-a-thon of Carnival Phantasm long ago. I still have those VODs. I should upload those VODs just for the hell of it. Maybe I should.
A spin-off of Type Moon's various IPs. The physical copy of Carnival Phantasm came with a bonus disc, which had the updated 1.07 version of Current Code on it.
What? Yo, that is freaking hardcore. Imagine randomly, Arc System just gets this crazy update, new characters, new mechanics, updated, Gatlings, all this stuff. And then all of a sudden they say the only way for you to get this new version of Guilty Gear Strive, import Daisuke's new physical album. Physical only album by Daisuke, limited edition. We only have 15 left. Blu-ray, some nonsense like that. Imagine. How crazy would that be?
Right off the bat, the disc itself came with Melty Blood version 1.07, which is the current version that everyone plays right now. If you wanted to put this game on your disc, you just had to click on a link inside the disc to download a file. That's all you had to do to get the game running. So you can imagine that game got hacked like super quickly.
Being able to get into the game's current code, players quickly began to develop rollback netcode for the title, resulting in CC Caster, a fan-made mod of the game that allows it to be played online with much smoother gameplay. For the next few years, until the game officially released on Steam in 2016, CC Caster was the way to connect and play online.
It still is. The Steam version is pretty poo-poo compared to the Caster version, that's for damn sure.
Soon, Melty Blood was being featured at legitimate majors, like Final Round 2012, CE Otaku 2016, Frosty Faustings, and Climax of Night, a tournament series based in Atlanta, Georgia, which was started...
Clearlamp played Melty Blood? I didn't know that. Damn, dude. Clearlamp, huh?
Oh, base the heat.
Got him.
This isn't quite dead, but if Clearlamp gets another hit,
There it is.
Damn, got him. There's Clearlamp.
With a solid competitive infrastructure in place, the talent pool began to get better and better. And soon, one of the greatest players of all time would rise up from the most unlikely place possible. His tag is Scrot Vermillion.
Oh, we got a little origin story?
Which had no competitive scene.
Costa Rica?
Ay,
mío.
I didn't enter
Nice.
a tournament until I moved to the States.
Nice.
Our tournament
Costa
was
Rica.
in 2015. That was my first time playing offline. I was extremely nervous. I played my first match and I couldn't do my combos. I couldn't do anything.
Wait a minute. What does that say? Hold on a minute. The effing champ. A player granted the mystic eyes of mashed perception and best according to his mom. All right. This That's my favorite part, and the best according to his mom. All this, that's fine. Cool. That's cool, bro. Cool story, bro. This is my favorite. The best according to his mom. That's cute. I like that. That's my favorite part. Mi madre. I like it when FGC moms kind of chime in one way or another, you know?
I was extremely nervous. I played my first match and I couldn't do my combos. I couldn't do anything. And then I had to fight Lord Knight in bracket. And I beat him and people were like, okay, who is this guy? Like, what's going on? Yeah, so I almost get out of my... I almost get top 8 that tournament. I got 9th place. It was very close. I lost to Inso from Brazil. And it was definitely eye-opening. It was like... It felt like the biggest accomplishment of my life. It was like one of the most important moments of my life, honestly.
Since then, he's been on a tear, winning just about every major that he's attended. First at CEO Taku 2016 and 2017.
Freaking Shion, dude!
Anything.
Wait a minute.
You can't burst.
Is this it?
Anything.
That's messed up, dude. Nice.
First at Climax of Night 2018.
He's gonna run out all that time of heat.
Yep, that was just what Straw wanted.
Multi's feeling it.
Yeah.
He missed all the reduces.
And he's done.
That's gonna be it.
Nice combo. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And your climax of night, Melty Blood winner, Straw Vermilion.
Nice.
First at Frosty Faustings 11 and 12. Scrot is known in the community as the big f***ing champ.
Sounds even funnier when you say it out loud. I like it.
And there are very few that can challenge his claim to the throne.
Yeah, he's really good.
He is doing so much.
God damn.
This could be it.
He's taking down so many. Damn, bro. Look at that.
Oh my God. Wins you
Oh my God. Scrub takes it.
Nice.
Your CEO Taku 2019 champion.
Usually the rivalries between like USA and Japan are huge in anime fighting games because like there is an FGC head, a fighting game player by the name of Flo, all right? And he made a legendary tweet. The tweet said, you can't beat them at their game. They drew this shit. You can't beat them at their game. They drew this shit. I think that was the Sonic Fox versus Goichi exhibition. And I think that's when Goichi won. And he made that tweet. It was so funny, dude. That's why there's a big old rivalry in anime fighting games. Because like usually the Japanese players are just super dominant in that regard. So anybody who can challenge them is super hype.
How long can a game meaningfully survive with little developer support and no updates to speak of? Sure, there are some games that are able to do it, but the FGC is a fast-paced world with new releases every couple months and players juggling multiple games at a single time. For most of the community, they could continue playing current code with very little complaint.
Yeah.
While the game was updated sporadically in the early 2010s, it settled into a nice balanced state that could foster years and years of more competition if it needs to. And for a long time, people thought it would need to.
I actually want to try something out here. This is important.
NRV and QSR.
How the hell do you say this name? How do you say this name? Nervinskurd. Really? Nervin Kusor? Nervin Kasar. Nervin Quasar. I know it's Nero, but I want to know his actual name. Like, what is it? Nervin Quasar? Nervin Jugen Pong Poko. Okay, shut up. Nervin Kasar. I'm just going to say Nervin Kasar. All right. Nervin Kasar Chaos, or Nero Chaos, as that we like to say.
For nearly a decade, French Bread has been radio silent.
This
about
character's
updates
super
to
sick,
the
by the
Melty
way.
Blood series. But we can't blame French Bread for
I hope
being
one
so
day he comes
secretive.
back.
Since Melty Blood is based on Tsukihime, with characters and stories tied to the visual novel, the creation of the new Melty Blood game
Or is
is
that
reliant
Akiha?
on
That
new
might be
volumes
Akiha.
of Tsukihime
Or
being
maybe
produced.
it's...
With
no,
a
it's
decade come and gone,
probably,
and no new
Kohaku.
chapters coming out, most assumed that current code would be the last installation in the Melty Blood franchise.
The visual novel was always like being planned to be like updated and renewed with more stories and things, but it was like kind of like in a development hell for the longest time, so almost like 20 years. So the visual novels fan didn't have any updates on when the actual game was coming out, and the Melty Blood fans had absolutely no info if they were even gonna make a new game, right? So was actually radio silence for close to 10 years.
However, on January 31st, 2020,
Oh, the remake.
there was a glimmer of hope for the community.
Right before New Year's, there was an announcement of the new visual novel coming out.
And soon after, Melty Blood type Lumina was set to be released.
I was shocked.
I think everybody was.
Definitely no one saw this coming.
I just woke up one morning and then
That was crazy,
complete
dude.
shock. I just get a whole bunch of mentions saying, "Oh my God, it's a new Melty and stuff." Because it's like I've never seen this many people at me everywhere.
Yeah, dude.
Emails and Twitter and Discord.
It's like-
they're like
Yeah.
everybody is talking to me, calling me at the same time. It's finally happening. Like they're doing another Melty Blood.
I think it really started to hit me when Hisui came out on the trailer, and when I saw the video of her popping the screen, I was like literally screaming in my car. Like, oh my God!
I love it.
Let's fucking go!
So the thing with me is that I was ready to play Actress again for the rest of my days. Like I've had days when I was like, I'm gonna be 50 years old and still play this game. Like it doesn't matter to me. And then this
I like
trailer
that.
dropped, and I was crying, like legit tears, like unbelievable.
I was awake the whole night trying to translate all the information that's in the magazine to English so that people can understand.
That's so
what's going
cool,
on.
dude.
It was, I mean, I still like kind of actually can't believe it's actually going to happen, but I'm so excited.
As you just heard, the community saw the announcement as nothing short of a miracle. Set to release at the end of September 2021,
In 2
Type
days!
Lumina has showcased smooth graphics that stay true to Melty Blood's time-tested aesthetic.
Yep,
Players
it's
are
great.
cautiously optimistic for what the new entry will bring to the table. New characters? New mechanics? One thing is for certain. A new game means a shot in the arm for the scene, for the community. And players, new and old,
It's pretty
are
sweet,
invited
dude.
to test their strength under the blue glass moon.
Nice.
Possible. BD Tetra, a longtime veteran of the Japanese scene, Numaki, top 8 finalist at Evo 2010, and a
Hey!
streamer/historian for the scene, Shinobi, who runs the Climax of Night tournaments out of
Hey!
Atlanta, Georgia, ADCT, a community moderator, and the person who got me in touch with everyone, and of course, Scrod Vermillion, the big f***ing champ. Thank you so
Still
much
funny.
for speaking with us and talking about your wonderful community. We're all looking forward
Oh
to the
my
new
God, what a
game
video.
and seeing
That was
what
beautiful.
comes next.
I learned more about the Melty Blood community and or Melty Blood in this video than I have in the months leading up to the release of Type Lumina. I learned a lot in this video. Good video. That was awesome. That was awesome. But why do characters look so bland? I thought fighting games were supposed to look flashy and cool. All right, all right. Hey, someone want to escort this drip-looking motherfifer out of here? If you don't like vanilla, beat it. Get your strawberry pistachio loving ice cream ass out of here. All right, only vanilla. Only vanilla. Anyways, my freaking camera, dude. Anyways, that was an awesome video. I really enjoyed it. That was a really fun watch, and I learned a lot from that. So I'm excited for the game in 2 days, and I can't freaking believe that it's almost here. Isn't that crazy? It's practically here. Huh. Damn.